Hi you two. Welcome to today's writing lesson. Today we're learning to write a persuasive text. Today we're writing an explanation. Miss Whitney and Miss McCabe asked us to write what makes a good friend. So let's look at our learning intention. We are learning to use a variety of strategies to engage the reader. Remember, as writers, what we want to do is to engage the reader. Let's look at our success criteria. I can plan my writing. We know that planning is really important. I can use different types of sentences. We know about simple and compound sentences. And I know to use interesting words and interesting vocabulary. Of course, I have to be able to reread and edit my writing. The first part is planning. Firstly, I need to think and plan my 3 ideas on what qualities I believe make a good friend. You can see below that I've got a chart to put that in. In your work booklets, there's also a chart for you to put it in. My first idea, my second idea, and my third idea. What do I need to do next? Secondly, I need to provide an example of each. It's always good in our writing to explain what we're thinking. And thirdly, I need to write more about each idea, to give it a fuller explanation. And lastly, I need to summarize my ideas in a conclusion. Let's continue with the planning. Firstly, I need to think and plan my 3 ideas. What qualities I believe make a good friend. So these are my 3 ideas. A friend is loyal, a friend is helpful, and a friend is caring. Secondly, I need to provide an example of each. So this is my writing. For the first idea, a friend is loyal, I've written, a good friend is someone who doesn't leave you alone even when others are teasing you or making you sad. For my second one, a friend is helpful, I wrote, a good friend helps me when I am stuck, maybe in my schoolwork, maybe when I play a game that I can't properly play on the playground. And then of course a friend is caring. A good friend cares about me. When I'm hurt, when I'm sad, they may even leave something that they really like doing so that they can look after me. Thirdly, I need to write more about each idea. So here's my extra ideas. And here's an example. When I was playing basketball in the playground, I was missing a lot of shots. I wasn't as good as the other kids and they started teasing me. I felt awful and was almost crying when my friend stuck up for me. He told them to let me keep trying so that I could get better. With my second idea, I was having trouble with my maths work. I just couldn't understand how to work it out. I tried and I tried and I tried. Then my friend came over to my desk and showed me where I was going wrong, in a nice way, without making me feel silly. The third one, I was trialling for the cross country, and Mr. Fasten set us a long course around the primary playground. It was very hard and I was getting tired, when my friend ran beside me and encouraged me to keep going. So let's look at our task again. Write an explanation of what makes a good friend. We've looked at our learning intention to use a variety of strategies to engage the reader. Our success criteria said that I can plan my writing. I've done that. So now I'm looking at my different sentences, my simple and my compound sentences, and I'm using some interesting words, and then I'm going to reread and edit my writing. Here's my writing. This is my first page. Friends, and you can see that I have written in different fonts so that you can understand what I'm doing. What makes a good friend? Friends are very important. Having good friends is essential. But what makes a good friend? There are 3 things that I believe definitely make a good friend. Firstly, a friend needs to be loyal. Secondly, they need to be helpful. And thirdly, they need to be caring. Now you can see in this part of my writing that I have written it in bold writing, in dark writing. That's my introduction. You can also see that I've highlighted in yellow some words, essential and definitely. These are 2 good words. You can see that in your booklet, your teachers have also given you a list of words to use to make sure that you use good language and interesting words. And then I've highlighted a part in purple. This part that says, but what makes a good friend? And it's got a question mark. This is what's called a rhetorical question, and I know that you've covered these in class. So let's continue. Firstly, a friend needs to be loyal. A loyal friend is someone who doesn't leave you alone even when others are teasing you or making you sad. Loyal friends are always there for you, supporting you when others make you feel sad. They are ready to speak for you and stick up for you. And you can see that I've used a variety of sentences, just like my success criteria said, for the part that I've highlighted in green. Here's my second page. Secondly, a good friend is someone who is helpful. One day, I was having trouble with my maths work. I just couldn't understand how to work it out. I wanted to do it by myself. I tried and tried and tried, but couldn't answer it. Then my friend came over to my desk and showed me where I was going wrong in a nice way, without making me feel silly. He was being a good friend. Now in this paragraph you can see that I've highlighted some words in red. Things like tried and tried and tried. This is great language to use because it explains to your reader how much you really tried, and it helps them understand what you're thinking. Let's read on. Thirdly, a good friend is caring. For sport last term, I was trialling for the cross country and Mr. Fasson set us on a long course around the primary playground. You can see that that is an introduction to my paragraph, and it helps the reader understand what I'm talking about. I know it in my head, but I have to put it on paper. It was very hard and I was getting tired when my friend ran beside me and encouraged me to keep going. They said that they'd run next to me and we could do it together. We did it together. I didn't make it into the cross country, but we tried our best. My friend was very caring for me. Now you can see that I've highlighted also in green a very short sentence. Sometimes you need to have a very short sentence so that you can explain the idea nice and quickly. And I've got a good variety of longer sentences, middle-sized sentences, and short sentences on this page. The last bit is the conclusion, how to finish my writing. Lastly, I need to summarize my ideas all together into a conclusion. And here it is. Therefore, as you can understand from my writing, a good friend is loyal by sticking by me, helpful if I am in need, and caring when I am sad or injured and when I need them most. I also try to be a good friend in return. So, writing a persuasive text. It's now your turn to write. Remember our learning intention, learning to use a variety of strategies to engage the reader. Looking at our success criteria, I have planned my writing. I have used different types of sentences. I have used interesting words, and I've reread my writing to see if it makes sense. So what's next? Now it's your turn. Follow the model that I've shown you, plan your ideas, expand your ideas and write them down. Reread each paragraph as you have finished. Does it make sense? Ask yourself that question. Then continue through to the end. That's the end. Enjoy your writing.